IB Hunter, April 2021.
How do you test for it?
Yeah.
You measure it. It's
No,
a
no,
measuring
no,
device.
your
Like, how do you test how long a piece of board is? You actually measure it.
Wrong. Measurements are not tests. Tests are qualitative, i.e., pass or fail, whereas measurements are quantitative. You're an abject moron at a preschool level.
Gravity can be measured as a force.
Wrong. Fairy tale gravity doesn't exist. There's zero scientific evidence for it. Furthermore, you're not even mindlessly parroting the correct pseudoscience. In your dreamland paradigm pontificated to you by your Wiki Discovery Channel pseudoscience priest, they've been telling you for over a century that gravity is not a force.
Look here, you big dummy.
From De Sitter on Einstein's theory of gravitation and its astronomical consequences, Royal Astronomical Society, 1916. In Einstein's new theory, gravitation is of a much more fundamental nature. It becomes almost a property of space. Gravitation is thus, properly speaking, not a force. From Professor Bekenstein, Caltech, Einstein came up with the theory of general relativity in 1915, the prototype of all modern gravitational theories. Its crucial ingredient, involving a colossal intellectual jump, is the concept of gravitation not as a force, but as a manifestation of the curvature of space-time. From the physics hypertextbook, gravity isn't a force. From Phys Libretext, the answer is that gravitation is not a force between two objects. You're not only a delusional ball-tard spinning space monkey, i.e. a fanatical religitard putz, you're 106 years tardy with your continuing education credits.
I just want to know what the link is between gravity and his device.
The link is there's a downward force.
Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
The force of gravity is different in different areas.
Turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night, the party's over.
Gravimeters are basically a tube that's brought down to a very low vacuum, and it drops a prism and there's a laser interferometer that measures the acceleration of that prism when it falls.
Sounds like natural science to me. We not only have a natural vacuum chamber, this one has wheels. I get an idea, Professor. Instead of dropping a prism, let's drop oxygen or hydrogen or nitrogen or helium atoms and measure their acceleration down.
The amount of mass in the ground in the given area is what causes the acceleration to either be more or less due to the amount of mass below it, which is exactly what the Cavendish experiment is.
Wrong. You or anyone else for that matter can't even define mass. At best, it's a concept. Concepts don't physically attract each other. 2. The Reverend John Michel Cavendish fiasco wasn't a scientific experiment. He had no viable dependent variable, hence no scientific hypothesis, ergo, no experiment. Number 3. As mentioned previously, you're appealing to 106-year out-of-date pseudoscience. From Douglas Klein, professor of physics via Phys Libretext, Newton's two crowning achievements, the laws of motion and the laws of gravitation, that had reigned supreme since published in the Principia in 1687, were toppled from the throne by Einstein. You have to get up to date with your pseudoscience debate.
Well, that's basically what I just told you. The gravimeter is Cavendish in a vacuum.
You can put that disheveled monkey in a vat of molasses, or jelly beans, or put a purple tutu on it and dance a jig with your newfound Flogadish romance. It ain't gonna matter. It's demonstrably 106-year out-of-date pseudoscience. And the gravimeter is your illegitimate wiki surrogate spawn.
It works because that's the way they find oil. The fact that you have oil in your vehicle is a good indication that it actually works.
What the hell did you just say?
So let me get this straight. The fact that I have oil in my vehicle means the gravimeter works, therefore Reverend John Michel Cavendish was a legitimate, validated scientific experiment, therefore the universal law of gravitation holds and is our current understanding of gravity, ergo spinning monkey ball?
Ay, caramba!
Google gravimeter.
Go Google your Flogadish.
Mass attracting mass, all you have to do is look at something fall, and you're looking at mass attracting mass.
What if I look at something that rises, like a helium balloon? What then, Professor? Perhaps your mindless wiki parroting ass in a sling?
Okay, look.
Go on.
Let me explain it a little different. Okay. You drop something and it's like, maybe it's gravity.
What if I drop a helium balloon in? Maybe it's not. And Crayon Muncher, you didn't explain anything. You just declared a maybe. My word.
The experiment is actually taking the measurements and making the device in the first place.
From the Office of Research Integrity, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. In experiments, a researcher manipulates an independent variable to determine if it causes a change in the dependent variable. They shockingly left out measurements in building the machine. Do you make synthetic fur balls for ceramic cats? You'd fail 5th grade general science.
Why would the Cavendish come first?
Because it was done a long time ago.
Say what? Preschool non sequitur fallacy.
But why did they do Cavendish?
They were trying to measure the mass of the Earth.
Yes, and dark matter's created from nothing by luminescent gerbils. Wrong. You're either suffering from clinical level delusional Dunning-Kruger disorder or you're lying. My money's on the former. From Professor Lauren Hodges, Department of Physics and Astronomy, Iowa State University, Cavendish didn't calculate a numerical value for big G or M. M meaning mass?
You're busted.
And what would it show, this Cavendish?
It showed the mass of the Earth, and pretty doggone close, actually.